Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Star Rail, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about how my account is going so far, and a few surprises, Bronya being pretty bad early game, which is kind of hilarious. We're going to talk about that, and I want to some of you were asking this in the comments, and I thought, well, why the heck not? Let's dive in and let's talk about it from the comment section. I appreciate that. Something very underrated. Thank you very, very much. We see we've got Jing Yuan. He's kind of the mascot of the channel. Jing Yuan has been my most used character now at this point. The reason being for me, basically what happened, I started playing during Black... That's why my stats suck, by the way. Okay? I started playing during the Black Swan banner. I pulled and got Black Swan because, you know, I just started the game. I didn't even know how stuff worked. I was like, I'll just pull. Why the heck not? That's just it. I don't even know if I'm going to play this game. Let's just pull all of our stuff, see what we get. Let's have some fun. I got Black Swan. After that, then it was a Sparkle banner, and I actually decided I would pull for Sparkle. I put 10 pulls in, and I pulled Bailu. I was like, okay, that's pretty early. I'll take it. I put another 10 in, and I got Sparkle. I was like, oh my god, mine is blown. And then I ended up going for Jing Yuan, and I actually broke that down in that video for why I went for him. He obviously has a lot of room to grow in terms of his stats and his relics. You know, I had some people say to me, like, Nub, you need to improve your... why don't you switch your relics? Put on something better. I'm like, my brother in Christ, it's because I don't have any other relics. Like, this is about it, right? Like, this is it. You know, Ting Yuan, or it's not Ting Yuan, Ting Yun. She's 135, Sparkle's 134. I would love to have them both above 160, obviously. I can't do that yet. And it's not worth for me at the moment really farming for the relics, sadly. But we're almost there. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's do some farming while we go. And let's look at some of the comments and talk about it. So yeah, let's take a look at that. Good luck. Good to see someone from Raid playing. Thank you. Waiting for the Black Swan reruns. Sad I wasn't play the entire time her banner was up. The interesting thing about Black Swan, I've actually found Black Swan has been relatively difficult to build. One thing that's tough is, like, I just do not have an effect hit rate chest for her, at least in a good set. I do have her at the moment. I did a few runs of the Relic Cavern. I do have her in a 4-piece Prisoner in Deep Confinement. But I think I only have maybe one effect hit rate. Yeah, I only have the one effect hit rate chest on the account, and it's 4-star. So I didn't bother putting her into it. Like, we've got a crit damage one there for Sampo. It's quite funny. But yeah, so it's actually tough to build up her stats and get her to the stats we need. Like, I don't have speed boots. We've got an attack percent boots with 3.54% effect hit rate. This is all rolled into HP percent. But again, right now, it's sort of the best we've got. So we're trying to make do. But yeah, it's sort of an intentional thing I've done is, you know, we've got follow-up characters of Dr. Ratio and Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan especially wants the 4-piece for Ash Blaze and Grand Duke. I don't have it yet because I don't have any crit chests for Ash Blaze and Grand Duke at all. He's in an old crit rate chest here. It's fine. But, you know, you get the Ash Blaze and Grand Duke, and you get the Prisoner in Deep Confinement from the same relic cavern. That's a pretty big deal. I think that's pretty helpful early game, is being able to be efficient with your farming. Indeed, the reason I'm not farming it too much, if we jump over there, is that I would prefer to wait until level 65 if possible, where I believe we unlock difficulty 6 at equilibrium 6. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to successfully do it. Maybe it will be too difficult, but I'm thinking we probably will be able to do it, especially with calling in allies to, you know, support a support hero or whatever that we need, and that will be a big deal. But yeah, for me right now, I've been farming other stuff instead. So the thing I've been doing the last few days, and it's super boring, is, you know, when you go up that equilibrium level and you have to ascend everyone, and you just have to run the stagnant shadow again and again and again and again. I've been doing that for the last few days, trying to get, you know, the characters I'm actually using up. We've got actually most of them up now. Jing Yuan obviously has been up for a good bit. I just got Ting Yun up. That was important because she's actually very good. She dies a lot. It's actually a nice combo with Bailu, because Bailu can revive her once in a fight, and that actually happens quite often. But Bailu's up. We need to get Sparkle up. Black Swan is up at 80. Dr. Ratio 75, but we need to get in and farm his traces, get him like the crit rate and stuff. So that's another thing to do. Trailblazer is easy enough to level, so he's up, and so on. One interesting thing, we talk about Bronya. Actually, let's talk about Bronya when we dive in. I got Bronya from my starter, whatever, the 50 pulls, whatever it's called, the beginner pulls. I don't know. I got Bronya from that, which is just about the luckiest thing you can do. The funny thing is, I found Bronya to be not very good early game at all. Not very good. In fact, she was kind of not actively bad, but she wasn't great. And I kind of wish I didn't pull Bronya early, to be honest, and I could pull her later on when I had the gear and the teams to go with her. The problem I ran into with Bronya early game, like we're talking right when you start the game, is I was running like the Trailblazer, obviously, Dr. Ratio, and then when I got Natasha, I was running Natasha as well. And it doesn't... The Trailblazer puts out some debuffs, and so does Dr. Ratio. So it is sort of possible to trigger Dr. Ratio's follow-up attack, but like something that wasn't clear to me as a new player is that bottom right-hand corner, SP management. Bronya eats through SP like crazy. When you're later in the game and you can have her signature light cone, I'm saving up for her signature light cone right now. When you have her signature light cone, if you get her to E1, for instance, as well, her SP economy becomes a lot better. But like I had Dr. Ratio who's trying to use SP every turn, Bronya giving him extra turns, and she's using SP every turn. Then Fire Trailblazer, that guy guzzles SP as well. Like we just never had any SP at all, and it was miserable. It was absolutely terrible. So Bronya got quickly benched. Funny thing, when I pulled Sparkle, I didn't realize, but you know, just how good she was in a sense. But it was very obvious to me switching the Sparkle in for Bronya. You know, just how much better Sparkle is for an early player especially, right? Because Bronya eats an SP every single turn. Sparkle, though, on the whole, generates SP. When you get her, I've got her in an energy regen rope. I used my self-modeling resin to make an energy regen rope for her, and we maxed it out. So she's got a 5-star energy. It's got bad substats, but who cares? It gives her energy regen. She basically gets her ultimate back every 3 turns. And yeah, she's good to go. Like right here, actually, what we could do, because we're getting kind of beat up. Well, Bailu's actually great fun as well. Bailu's one of my favorite characters. Bailu's great. She really won me over with the story, but Bailu's very strong when you kind of want to mostly autoplay, but activating her ultimate early is great, right? Because when we take damage, you know, when we take damage, Bailu, the buff she puts out with her ultimate, reduces the damage you take when you've got her, obviously, with that trace unlocked. It also heals you when you take damage. So her ultimate is just an amazing burst heal. And she doesn't use it that smart on auto either. It's more effective if you just sort of click it when you need it and you get more value out. But yeah, I found that to be cool. So yeah, funny thing, switching Bronya out, I was like, oh wow, Sparkle, she generates a lot of SP comparatively. That's great. Obviously, you would have more if you... used her technique before the fight as well. But yeah, she made the SP thing a lot easier. I brought in Ting Yun as well when we started using Jing Yuan. I did not really like Ting Yun. I still don't like Ting Yun much. I don't like her voice lines. It's too much. The voice is too much. It's too much for me. But she's exceptionally strong. Like you kind of have to use her. She's so good. Like Ting Yun, she really is so good. The buffs that she gives, and again, she's super SP positive, right? She puts up her skill. And then her skill's up for 3 turns, and she's just doing her basic attack, generating SP. Combos super well with Jing Yuan as well, because she's powering up his ultimate, giving him energy, making him hit harder. She's just an absolutely insane character. She's so strong. So, yeah, I mean, just between that Sparkle banner, like that month, it was a huge power boost for the account. I got Jing Yuan, and he's relatively easy to build. You know, I got some 5-star Ash Blazing stuff from the main story. Great. Ting Yun, she was a 4-star, so I had her already. I actually think I got a few copies of her when I pulled for Black Swan. And now we've got Sparkle. So that's what I've been going for. And they're sort of my favorite characters so far. That was one of the comments, was yeah, who are my favorite characters? And also we got Dr. Ratio. What do you think of him? I like Dr. Ratio a lot. The reason, one of the reasons I went for Jing Yuan was to have a bit more AoE though, right? When we go into something like Pure Fiction and there's AoE enemies, or for some of the simulated universe bosses, Dr. Ratio is great. Unfortunately, I put his gear onto Jing Yuan, so his gear really sucks right now. But he is great. He's a single target beast. I think he's really a really fun character, throwing his chalk at people. He's amazing. he's an absolute arsehole as well in the story. I think he's great. He's been really fun in the story, so he's a super fun character. I'm a really big fan of Dr. Ratio, so I'm looking forward to building him up and using him more in the future. But he's great. And also, that's worth mentioning, we need to actually upgrade it here. But cruising in the Stellar Sea, I've got that Superimposition 5, Stimulated Universe Light Cone, tons of stats, gives you a bunch of crit rate, even more crit rate, gives you attack. Really, really good light cone that you can get very easily from the Simulated Universe weekly runs. That's a pretty big deal too. It's not fully upgraded right now, but that helps a ton. So yeah, between this light cone and Dr. Ratio, he's super powerful. I did find Jing Yuan better because he's more versatile than Ratio, but Ratio is great, and it basically leaves us with imaginary damage, certainly for single target, super on lockdown. Like, we're in a really good spot for imaginary for free. We didn't have to pay it. We got him for free. He's still available for free. That's really good. I was mentioning this in some of my other videos. It does push us a bit more towards building. Let's see how much more. We need like 3 more runs. I think we can actually do it today with all the energy, which is great. Let's bring in a support character. Let's mix it up. So let's bring in like a big damage dealer. So I've got my friends. Oh, let's go big, right? Imbibitor Lune. Let's bring him in. Here we go. He's not the right affinity or whatever, but he's gonna smash it. Actually, we would have still got a weakness break at the start. That's okay. Go Imbibitor. He doesn't have any skill points here on turn 1, but that's fine. He'll smash everything. It'll be great. But yeah, Imbibitor Lune, he's an amazing character, really good damage dealer, and really cool. I thought he's one of the coolest when I first started playing. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to, I think, really use him much. Oh, we might be in a little bit of trouble here, actually. We're getting beat up quite a bit. Let me move me up so we can... Oh, God, I've moved everything. That's not right. We're going to be... here we go. Let's see. Bailu, save us. Yeah, it's not super worth pulling for me, though. Reason being, we got Dr. Ratio for free. And yeah, Imbibitor Lune, he's really strong. He's really good with Sparkle, especially. He's crazy. But is he that much crazier than a Dr. Ratio? Don't know about that. Got sick animations, though. I think he's super cool. Super cool. And I enjoyed his story as well and his character. So he is great. But that's sort of where we're at with that one. So... yeah, it's a bit sad. There's a few favorite characters that I can't use too much. But we'll dive in. Let's watch this whole fight, and then we'll take a quick look at the other comments and sort of leave it there. I'm going to keep farming this one, but he slams the damage. He's super fun. Let's change the team. Let's put in somebody different this time. I'd love to build up Shui Yi. We'll see. We'll see. Like, I'm thinking Robin looks pretty fun to pull for. I've had some dreams about Robin, as they say. I like Shui Yi specifically because her hair's really cool. She's got really cool hair. I love the colors in the hair. It's badass. But she's a fun character, and we could build like a mono quantum thing with her. Let's put in this one. I'm actually not a huge fan of Jing Liu. I thought she was going to be, speaking of favorite characters, I thought when I first saw their designs, I was like, wow, this Jing Liu chick, she's super cool. I can't wait to play her. She's going to be amazing. And then I actually found her not that fun to play with, honestly. The reason being that I think she's maybe a bit too simple, right? I like Jing Yuan. I like playing around Lightning Lord. That's quite fun. Jing Liu is pretty straightforward, right? She gives herself a bunch of stats, you know, stick her in ideally with a Bronya who's like 1 speed slower or 2 speed slower, and you just keep giving her extra turns and she does her thing, and that's kind of it. I don't know. She seems a bit straightforward to me. Not quite as fun. Save us, Bailu. We're dying. Oh, she did an A1 right there? Oh, my lord. The skill point economy's in shambles right here, my dudes. We should heal up or whatnot first. Let's make Bailu heal us up. Bailu's been amazing. I think I already mentioned that, but I'm a huge fan of Bailu. I loved her character in this. She was kind of annoying at the start, but then I really liked her in like the Aurum Alley stuff. I thought she was super fun. So Bailu really grew on me. She's just obsessed with food, and I respect that. So Bailu is super fun. I'm a big fan. Yeah, Bailu does a lot of healing. Her ultimate's really powerful. It's a really comfy ult. Her skill kind of sucks because it's random, but I've seen a lot of hate towards Bailu, and I think Bailu is a pretty underrated character, actually. I found her to be surprisingly good, I would say. I think we're really messing up the Jing Liu rotation here. You're supposed to use her ultimate when she's already empowered and stuff, and we're just going all over the place. The skill points, economy's in shambles. Oh well, that's life. There we go. We got a Sparkle ultimate. We'll be fine. Yeah, looking at some of the other comments. Yep, jumping in. Play with it. This is something actually. Play with an E2 S1 Acheron. I think what I'm going to do, this is actually important. It becomes very difficult to judge how good characters are and get a good sense of their power when they're at different levels. So, like, is it really fair to compare, let's say an E0, S0, Jing Liu? I guess you'd probably give her the her to Lycone anyway. Is it fair to compare her, like E0, S0, to someone that's E2, S1? I don't know. That's something that, and something that worries me, I will say, is if I was to get a character, you know, at E2, S1 or something, like if I was to put all this stuff into Acheron, Acheron would be so much stronger than pulling anyone else, really, that I feel like it would become kind of a problem. Let's put in this. This guy's really fun as well. We could put in Acheron. Let's hang on. I might have an Acheron team. I think I set one up here. That's a Black Swan team. That would probably work though, right? What would work with Acheron? Got all sorts of teams. I don't know. Let's see. Do we have like a quick setup Acheron type team? Let's put in Put in Bailu, Black Swan. I've got Pella. They're all in terrible gear. All their gear sucks, so it's not going to be a great showcase. But let's put her in. I'm not sure who's got the better one. Don't know if we can tell. What is this? This actually might be Eidolon right there. This E3 and this is E2. I think it is. I think these are Eidolons. But yeah, Eidolons is something I want to avoid. Let's do an E3, right? I personally want to avoid Eidolons really as much as possible. And probably even the signature Lycones, just because I think it will imbalance the character so much. And I think it would just become difficult to get a good feel for, yeah, for other... I don't know. It just... I feel like it's going to feel bad to... Oh, God, Pella might just die. It might feel bad to pull someone if they're not also with the crazy Eidolons and crazy super impositions. This guy obviously has way better gear than me. She's going to absolutely demolish this. But yeah, like... I don't know. I find that's something that's a bit worrying for me. I would rather get as many characters as possible rather than... wow, that's the first time I've seen Acheron doing just a basic attack. That's funny. I would rather do that, just get as many characters as possible, rather than get just one character at, you know, a really high level. That's something I would prefer. I like the variety. And I don't think you need necessarily the Eidolons and all of that. Acheron Smash. Oh, we're one energy off repeating. That's probably, hopefully fine. Let's see. Yeah, that's sort of where I am at so far, but I'm going for the just E0, S0. I am definitely going for Aventurine. I think especially having a Doctor Ratio. Even Jing Yuan, who's got a bit of follow-up attack in there. You know, I think Aventurine fits in pretty well. He brings shields. That's really good. Don't really have a good preservation. Like, I mean, we've got the preservation Trailblazer, but I don't know how good they actually are. I mean, they've got... I've seen some niche stuff with them with Acheron, but it's very niche. Certainly, we're nowhere near that gear level. It's very irrelevant. I don't even have Acheron anyway. But, you know, we lack good preservation. Bailu is pretty solid for certainly that sort of early game abundance, no question. She heals a ton. She's been great. Really fantastic. So, yeah, did we have enough for Sparkle? Oh, we do. Oh, just barely. Let's do it. Bam. Sparkle ascended. Great. We will need to then go grind some Calyxes. It's never-ending like, man, this early game is rough. You know, you're not getting any relics. It's just grinding Calyx. Grinding Stagnant Shadow. The getting them from 70 up to 80 has been the worst thing. Like, it's just so many resources. So we're going like our nice super squishy Pella. She's got a little bit of speed. Yeah, that's sort of where we are at. So I think Aventurine is going to be the next pull. Jing Liu, like I said, I don't really like Jing Liu. So although her ice element DPS would be very strong, and we could build like a Bronya Jing Liu team. That's really strong. I am not a big fan of her, so I think I'll actually skip that and just save for further on stuff. Like, there's a very good chance. I did a video on this recently. I think Topaz looks to be rerun pretty soon. If we have Aventurine and we got Dr. Ratio, well, heck, we stick a Topaz in there and we're looking pretty for a follow-up team. So all of this stuff, you know, has potential going forwards. So yeah, I think I'll be skipping the Jing Liu just because I'm not a big fan of her. Just didn't have much fun playing with her, honestly. It's just a subjective thing. even though she's exceptionally strong. I just not that big of a fan, so survive without. Same thing with Acheron, though I am a fan of Acheron, but I'm a Jing Yuan boy. I'm a Jing Yuan boy, deep down. So we'll be doing that. And that's sort of my plan at the moment. And yeah, we will escape the Calyxes soon, hopefully. We're a good chunk out of Stagnant. We've done a lot of Stagnant Shadow right now. That was good today. So these are all done finally. Black Swan is done. He's done. We should probably do Bronya at some point. Lynx is probably the next one we'll do. I also have Sampo. And this, oh, I didn't mention this. When I pull for Jing Yuan and Sparkle, I didn't get much for... I think I maybe got one Sampo with Sparkle. I've got an E6 Sampo. So I've actually been running that team a little bit. I've just got him up to 70. Again, his gear is absolutely dreadful. But we've got... like I was running this sort of team as well. Like a Black Swan Dr. Ratio for a good bit. It's not bad. Yeah, running this sort of team. Maybe not with Pella, though, because she's got terrible gear. But, you know, just Sampo Black Swan has been pretty great. Maybe Gwynaifin would be better in there for me at the moment. I think she's got a bit better gear than the Pella. But, like, just the triple dot team would be pretty fun. I might even put in an Asta there. Could be quite cool, too. Again, we've got tons of leveling to do for her. But I kind of regret getting the Bronya early. It would have been, I think, more fun to play more with Asta early game and then get Bronya later when we could really use her. But we might stick in like an Asta and have the Asta with double dot. And this team's actually been pretty powerful. Like the Black Swan, as we're getting more gear, she's really ramping up. So, you know, I'm quite excited to see where that will go. So, yeah, I mean, let's go hit some dudes here. Let's enhance. I don't even know what their stuff does. Oh, that's what that does. Okay, I've never... used her in the open world. I thought it might do a buff. No. Sadly, I don't have any Eidolons for Asta, which I think make her a lot better. But she very well, I think it's predicted that she should show up in a banner pretty soon. But Sampo's been pretty fun. This team is... I think without Eidolons, I think Asta's going to spam her skill every turn, and we're going to have no skill points. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. The Black Swan, she's growing on me a little bit. She wasn't super exciting at the start because it's just, as a new player, the gear that you need to make it work. Yeah, this chick's totally going to spam her skill every single turn. The rudeness. Oh my god. Oh wow. She almost got one shot. One hit took her down almost half-life. That's funny. Oh, which means Bailu's going to spend even more SP. We're never going to have SP. The story of my life. Got a Sparkle and still never have SP. Feels bad. But yeah, that's all the stuff, guys. Just a very chill video today, chatting about where I am at with the game. I think we're pretty darn far in the game, honestly, for playing for as long as we have. I've done most of the quests. We're almost to Trailblaze level 63 now. And I think we've got a few actually quite solid teams, like the Black Swan Sampo. Wind is on lockdown. I'm kind of sad because Blade is maybe one of my favorite characters. I think Blade is super cool. He combos very well with the Bronya again as well. But I don't know if Blade makes a ton of sense to pull if he comes back for me. Because, I mean, we've got Wind pretty well covered. I think other elements would be more valuable. But again, a Blade rerun is a long, long ways away. But there we go. Hey, we've got our daily stuff done today. Is that Trailblaze? There it is. Trailblaze 63. We've done it. Well, I mean, we get a little bit for that. We'll see. Interestingly enough, actually, the Black Swan Sampo team was how I was able to beat Simulated World, or Simulated Universe World 9, the new world. I did try it with the Jing Yuan team, and it was terrible. You'd have to manual it or something to make Jing Yuan not get eaten. But he got eaten. It was devoured, and it was bad. Oh, I guess the last thing you'll want to see is how I'm doing. I'm saving like a trooper here. We've got almost 200 of these. I just put them in. I put all my Stellar Jade in here. We've actually got Asta in this shop. I'd be tempted to buy that, but no, we must resist. We are saving up for, but the battle isn't over. We're not all the... I mean, I figure when we pull these 190, eventually, we're going to be pretty far there. But yeah, this is going to be an Aventurine, and then saving for future ones. I think we'll skip Jing Liu. So we're playing the patient game. We will burn through all of these eventually. Like, it could easily be Aventurine... do we know what's rerunning? Yeah, we do. So it's Aventurine Jing Liu. We don't know what's coming the next month. So maybe I'll go like Robin and Topaz, and we're going to burn through these so fast. It's not even funny. We will see. But yeah, that's where we're at. Sadly, I don't have any of these full. There you go. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching this rambly video. I will see you next time. Goodbye.